Hi, my name is Kyle C. Coyote, and this is the review for The Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Hey, Lucy, I brought you coffee.
Coffee. The bitter liquid that provides the only semblance of pleasure left in these dark times.
Oh my goshness, did I interrupt you brooding just now?
Story. The film picks up the minute the first film ended. The citizens of Bricksburg become outnumbered by the Lego Duplo creatures that wreck everything in their path. Years later, they find themselves in a post-apocalyptic Bricksburg, now titled Apocalyptic Burg. Emmet is still a happy-go-lucky guy trying to live his life with Lucy and move into a new home which he built himself. The Duplo invaders had left years ago, leaving nothing but wreckage behind. But Emmet is haunted by dreams of an upcoming Armageddon, but continues to keep his upbeat spirit. General Sweet Mayhem, along with other Duplo soldiers, arrive back in Apocalypticsburg and take Lucy, Metalbeard, Batman, and Unikitty with her. Emmet must muster up his courage to go save his friends. Unlike the first Lego movie, there's a lot more scenes in the real world as the boy main character has to deal with his sister wanting to play with him. The film's story is very nuanced, and underneath its cultural aesthetic are very strong themes that are important for any child or even adult to learn from. It's not your average animated movie. It's smart. It's really smart. Watching it in first viewing, you might not give much thought to the film. There are good jokes, songs, and a decent story connecting everything together, but once you dig deeper into the film's message, you realize that there's a lot more here. There are plot points that make no sense and make the world the film takes place in more complicated than before. But overall, I was really impressed by the story and continue to be impressed by it. Special effects. The animation is once again fantastic, and people take it for granted because they've now seen it because of the other films, but it is one of the most beautiful animated films. The colors are vibrant, the Legos look exactly like Legos, and they move like kids are playing with them. It's awesome. Entertainment. I had a great time watching the film, though I will say that it is not as good as the first one. The jokes don't land as hard and the songs aren't as memorable. I'm not saying that the jokes or songs are bad, they are just not as strong. It's a great time for kids and adults. Some of the songs go a little too long and the film starts to drag towards the middle portion, and you can kind of feel that it's becoming a little long in the tooth, but then it boosts up again towards the ending, and overall I had a fun time with it. It's a good movie, not great, not as great as the first one, but still a very good animated film. Length. I thought for the most part it was a good length. Some of the songs lasted a little too long, and you know how it is when you eat a lot of candy, you feel very hyper, and then all of a sudden you have that moment where you just are like, you crash because of a sugar crash. Well, that's the same kind of thing for this movie because it is a very hyper movie, and after a while you get kind of tired of it, but then it boosts you back up towards the ending, like I said, and it makes you entertained again, but it does drag in the middle, and there's definitely a moment where it's like, okay, let's get this over with kind of thing. Acting. The acting is once again fantastic, and all the new characters are welcomed into the franchise, including Tiffany Haddish, who voices Queen Whatever Wannabe. She not only does the speaking role, but she also has a couple different songs that she sings, and I was really impressed. I did not know that Tiffany Haddish could sing that well, but she just stands out amongst the other huge members of the cast. I mean, there's Chris Pratt, who voices Emmet Burkowski. He does a great job again. He also voices Rex Dangervest this time around, a play on his role in other films, and also has some twists of his own. Margot Robbie voices Harley Quinn. Elizabeth Banks voices Wild Style, and she's great at once again. Will Arnett as Batman, who's always fantastic. He's probably one of my favorite Batmans. I mean, just you name it. Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, Nick Offerman, Alison Brie. Fantastic cast, fantastic voice acting, and they really got to know their characters while doing the first one, and you can feel that they are used to their characters more and can really dive deeper into voicing their characters and finding new aspects of their characters in this one. Overall, the acting is fantastic. watch again. I would definitely watch this movie again if I wanted to show people the film, because it's a very good, lighthearted movie to make you feel good if you're having a bad day. You don't have to watch it with your brain on. You can turn your brain off and just chill and watch it and enjoy the music, enjoy the animation, enjoy the chaos ensuing on screen. The jokes land when they do. Not all the jokes land, but when they land, they definitely hit hard and are very funny. Some of the songs are not as good as the first films, but there's definitely ones that will get stuck inside your head. And overall, I think it's a very good, smart animated movie, and it deserves credit for that, because there's a lot of animated movies that rely on simple jokes like fart jokes and stuff like that, just like slapstick jokes, and this movie has no fart jokes whatsoever, and that is a plus in my book. So overall, I think I would definitely watch this again. I think kids would definitely want to watch this again. It's a good, just lighthearted film. Overall, I give the Lego Movie 2, the second part, a B. Now, let's dance.